Welcome to this look at a new map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is the Great Plateaus. This is a new mod map out by TNTmodding. It's 137.36 megabytes to download. It says welcome to the Great Plateaus, a small farming community in a mountainous region. And it is. Now, we start here at the main farm. We're going to have a look at the farm itself. As we always do, we'll go around and look at all the various different bits and bobs around the map. Now, I'm on New Farmer, Normal Economy. What do we start with? Well, we start with all of that. A big chunk of that is the periphery of the map. That costs 0 to buy, and it buys all the extra bits in between the fields. Whether these are usable or not, because it is quite mountainous, there might be some grass and bits and bobs you can cut. But as far as what you actually start with farm related, this plot here, which doesn't actually have a field yet, but we do have a farmhouse, chicken coop, and we have a cow pasture, cow pen on there. Contracts are available. There are some custom crops, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. Biogas plant is there. It will set you back 206,352. It's a standard biogas plant, nothing particularly different about it. Field prices are actually pretty good, ranging from tiny little fields like field 29 for 34 grand up to, I think, field 58 is fairly expensive. I say fairly, 294. There are 73 fields, 12 of which are set aside for the extra crop types, which are grapes and olives. And on that note, with grapes and olives, there are some required mods. Now, those required mods auto download. As soon as you click on the map to download it, it will come up with a message and they will download. The Braud 9000L, the Grape Planter, and the DRL 140N by BlackEyesModding, which were available on BlackEyesModding maps for grapes. But they do grapes and olives now as well. And that's what this map predominantly is. Of course, you can do arable farming, all the fields are there, you can do whatever you want, but there are 12 set aside specifically for that. So farmhouse is here. That's a standard farmhouse, standard Giants ones. Most of the stuff is fairly standard. There's some sort of custom sheds. Now, these sheds stay in place. The silo here at the main farm is a 500,000 litre, and it only does grapes and olives. This is not a normal, a standard silo. We'd also have over here a couple of mods. We've got a herbicide buy point and a liquid fertilizer buy point and a lime point just there. We'll talk about slot counts in just a second as we move a bit further forward. Nice barn building here. Now, this is a little bit different to TNTmodding's what we've got used to. I think because Eureka Farmers was that kind of, oh wow, look at this, and there've been a couple before that. And this hasn't got loads of, oversized gear or anything like that. There's a couple of extra modded bits. We've got a chicken coop, standard size, around the corner. I do like this shed. It's a nice look, nice, fresh, clean, new brickwork type thing with a few bits of equipment in there. Again, we'll get onto those in just a moment. Now, cow pasture is through here. It says mod. It's a 200 cow pasture. It looks pretty standard, like a standard Giants one to me. But what we'll do is we'll have a look in here. We will go to placeables, and under animal pens, go right to the very end. That one there says large cow pasture 200. But it looks pretty much like the one we've got standard already. What is different is we have got a modded gas station, which is only £1, euro or dollar. Under silos, we've got the grape and olive silo, herbicide tank, liquid fertilizer tank. Those are modded by TNT and put in here for use on the map. I don't think the sheds are available. No, they're fixed in place. But the farmhouse is a standard one. That is sellable as well, which makes life a little bit easier. Now, what I'm going to do is whiz through the gap here, and we'll talk about what we start with. We'll talk about slot counts, and then we'll get around the map itself. So, on New Farmer, which I'm on, it's 587 out of 1,299 slots. If I just park myself about there and look over, I think it was in about that kind of direction, pretty sure. So yeah, 587 out of 1,299 slots. If you come onto on Farm Manager or start from scratch, that drops down to 344. And the yard will look a little bit like this, because what do we start with? We start with two New Hollands, a T5 120, a T6 175. It's a blue farm, this one. We've got a CX32 New Holland. The pickup is blue as well. It's a pickup 1978, but it's blue in colour. We've got a couple of trailers, a couple of headers for the harvester. We've got some interesting stuff to start with as well. We've got the Fox 11, Star Fox 11, which are cultivators but allow some seeding. We've got the multi-cultivator, 5-in-1. We do have a seeder and a planter. We have got the Braud K105 lime and fertilizer spreader, disc spine mower, loading wagon, feed mixer, so stuff for the cows, water tank, front loader equipment, and then we have got the extra bits here. So the cow pasture, which holds 200, the chicken coop, which holds 100. We've got two of the grape and olive silos, which we'll get onto in a bit. So you don't start with a standard silo. If you want a standard silo for doing normal crops, you're going to have to place one. And then we've got the fertilizer and herbicide tank, jet wash, gas station, and we've got the farmhouse. So that's your 587 slots. As I've already said, farm manager and start from scratch is 344, and you don't start with anything. No machinery, no equipment, no silos, no farmhouse, nothing. But it does give you a bit of leeway then for placing whatever sleep trigger you want, or the pillow, or whichever one you want, to kind of go around and do whatever. Now, I've already seen the harvester and the tractors are both in there. The rest of your start equipment is under the shed shelter space here and over here. Jet wash is just round to the side. Let's grab the pickup and let's go around the map. Now, I'm a big fan of TNTmodding and TNTmodding's stuff. I did a series on Eureka, and the map's brilliant. I will say one thing. Look at the map, and don't hate me for this, it just is. You'll see as we get down there. The eastern side of the map here is kind of all mountainous. You can't get beyond here. We've got some forest areas. We've got the sawmill over here, but we've got some forest areas we can buy. I'll be honest, the map edge on the eastern side of the map looks a little bit ropey. And apologies, TNT. That's my opinion. You'll see when you see it. You can make your own decision up on that, make up your own mind. But it's not too bad from a distance. It's just as you get a little bit closer, that's like I say. It is what it is. I'm just saying what I'm seeing, So we're going to head across and up to the main store, which is just here. Your buy point is over there. Your customize, sell, repair point is just over there. And this is the reset point as well. So if you need to reset anything, it will reset here back to the main store. There's a little house just up around the corner of the people I assume own the store. We're going to head round. We're going to do a kind of figure of 8 loop round this one. So we're going to head out to the east and do the sort of southern part of the map, and then we'll do the northern part. Nice sweeping terrain, nice mixture of trees and undergrowth. There's not a lot of like the flowers. Some maps you get loads of bright splashes of flowers. There's not a lot of that. Sometimes that can be overdone, but it's not too bad. We've got a lake off to the left, to the north, across the bridge, waterfall to the right. Part of the forestry that goes off up towards the sawmill, and then we'll head down towards the grapevines and olive stands. So you see what I mean? I don't know. I've always said it when I do map tours, when I do mod reviews. I don't like to knock what people do because I don't do this. I couldn't do this. The skill and ability and level of stuff, but sometimes it's glaringly obvious. If I don't mention it, people say, "Oh well, the map edge was a bit this," or "You didn't mention that," and But after this point, I'm not going to mention it again. I'm not going to go on about it. Now, the actual downloaded mods, the required mods, you'll find the planter. Strange enough, under planters, the Damcon PL75, which is the modded one. That's for planting seedlings of grapes, olives, and almonds. It says there, but this map is not equipped already for almonds. Under harvesters, we have got. That's a good point. Which one's it under? Just under harvesters, is it? Yeah, the Braud, and that will harvest your grapes, your olives, red grapes, white grapes, and olives. And then we've got the trailer, which comes under trailers, the DRL 140N, which you can transport them in. There are other trailers that are obviously you can transport them in, but that's one sort of specifically for. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, so as far as actually planting goes, if we go to our objects and we go to our pallets, part of that mod, you get the red grape saplings palette, white grape saplings palette, and olive tree saplings palette. So if you want to actually plant your own and not just use the ones that are here, that's entirely up to you. So we do have a mixture across this part of the map, but this is kind of what I was talking about. And weirdly, I don't know if you can do the same bit with here. Oh, further over you can kind of drive into it. Now again, that could be, I could be doing TNT as a service, that could just be the crossover from PC to console. So made on the PC, all the coding's done to move it over, and sometimes things go awry, it just happens. But there you go, so no more said about that. Let's move on around the rest of the map. So coming away from there, we come to the biogas plant. Like I say, once purchased, it is a standard biogas plant. I think it pays $3.60 for silage. It takes the regular things. It doesn't do potatoes or sugar cane or sugar beet or anything extra over and above, or wood chips. It just does your standard fare. And then we need to go this way, I think. Now the selling stations, there are 5 of them. So sell points for all your crops. They are numbered. Selling station 1 through 5. We're going to get to one of those in a moment. But the second of our silos for our grapes and our olives is just over here. So because this is kind of the area that's already set aside for it, you do have a 500,000 litre silo just there and another storage building. So if you want to put your grape planting and harvesting equipment and olives, obviously, you absolutely can. From here, I'll show you on the map in just a second where we've been and where we're going. I just like to do that because I prefer to sort of see it in context. It's all well and good I'm driving around the map and you're kind of seeing where we're going, but it gives you an idea of in relation to everything else in the map. It's just the way I've always kind of found it. So this is selling station number 3. I'm not doing it in order 1 to 3 because of the route I'm taking on the map. Selling station number 3, and now it's probably a good time to look at the map. So we started here at the main farm, which we had a look around, the cows and the chickens, farmhouse. We came out and up to the main shop, also the reset point. We came along then, across the bridge, down here to the southeast part of the map, where all of your vines are. We went to the silo just there, and we followed this around, and we're now at selling station 3. We're going to go from selling station 3 to 4 to the animal dealer. Then we're going to head back up around. So we've done the bottom loop, and this is kind of like an escarpment cliff face round here. So we need to come back up to this crossroads, then head up, and we'll do the top section. We'll go right down the sections, spinnery, barn, those kind of things. So that's the plan. Just kind of puts it into perspective. Road's nice and wide. There are no hedges, fences, or anything like that to get in the way. Some people might find the terrain not annoying. I suppose if this is the sort of map you like, this is the sort of map you're going to come on and play. It has got these small parcels of land dotted over the place. Actually, I can probably cut straight across there, can't I? A little bit quicker, isn't it? Selling station 4, sorry, just here. But there is a bit of scope. As you can see, the bits we're driving around, this is mostly all the periphery, so there is a lot of scope here for mowing of grass and that kind of thing, aside from just the fields themselves. And the roads are pretty wide too, so you could probably get away with most size machinery. I know the fields aren't particularly big, so going for massive machinery, you're going to get your fields done fairly quickly, but there is scope to go from small to medium to large. Livestock market, animal dealer is just off to the right, just there. And now we're going to continue back round, back up past the farm. There's little tracks that lead all over the place because, like I said, we've got different fields dotted around at different elevations. Just helps us to get to them. I'm looking down my list of things to remember to say. It is seasons ready and it is precision farming ready too. I meant to say that at the start and I forgot. Apologies. Back past the farm. And at the crossroads, left, left, left. So from here, we're going to be going to selling station 1. I think it was selling station 1. And then the spinnery. Selling station 1, just on the right there. Cash point, should you need it, just there. Now this one we have to do a kind of a loop round again because we've got a rocky bit here. So you look at the map and you think, I'll just cut across, but actually it's not really that straightforward. Because the next bit is elevated a little bit higher. I think it's a left here. Pretty sure it is, yep. Petrol station, gas station, spinnery just up here. And again, probably not a bad time to check the map. So having done the loop round and done selling station 4, animal dealer, and then coming all the way back up past the store, turning left at the crossroads, we came up, selling station 1, we cut across there, no we didn't, selling station... Oh, that was when we cut across the 4, wasn't it? Yeah. So selling station 1, we did the loop round, back up to there and out to the spinnery. We're now going to go out to the selling station 2 and the barn. There is here, up on the hillside, there's a castle, which you'll see. You can drive up to, you can have a look around the castle. But just down here, you'll see when we get here, there's a horse ranch, I suppose, yeah. Horse station. However you want to refer to it, which we're going to get to in just a moment. But you need to buy the land first for it to be visible and for you to be able to use it. I think it's only about 80 something grand, so with the money we got, we'll buy it just so you see it will pop up on the map. And then I'll talk about the route back we're going to take, because it's not going to be the full loop round. So just to the right here, and the castle is up back through that direction up on the hill. So here is your horse station. If we click on the map, it is 87,720 to buy, so let's buy the land, and as you'll see the marker comes up. Now when we go on that, we can buy our horses, sell them, load or unload, and it'll take 12 horses. Your feed and water triggers are around the side. So that's horse station. If you want to use it, you don't have to. You don't have to buy it. It's entirely up to you. Across the way, we have got selling station 2, which is this one here. And we've got the barn sell point tucked away just around the side here. So back to the map. Now, the route round up here, there are no sell points up the northern part of the map. There's a route that runs right the way up over the top, with all these fields dotted around up the top here. And you can come all the way around to these fields up here, and then you can follow this route all the way back around to selling station 5. What I'm actually going to do is, rather than do that loop all the way back round over the top, we're going to come from here, and when we get to field 30, we're going to cut across through there, and we're going to come back round up to selling station 5, and then back down, and we're going to head out to the sawmill. Actually, we might take that turn in, I think. But yeah, we're going to take a kind of shortcut back. It's worth an explore up the top of the map. Like I say, there's no sell points up there, but again, with the landscaping tools or loads of different mods available in the mods hub, with regard to different selling stations, you could place, you probably can place other selling stations if you want to add something to the north of the map, or you might want to find yourself a little bit of flat land up there, or make yourself some flat land, and that could be your homestead up in the mountains. You come down from the mountains to do whatever you do. I mean, like I say, your choice. So from here, selling station 5 is just up there on the hill to the left. Just up here. And then from here we're going to head down to the sawmill, which is the last of the sell points on the map. It's not going to be for everyone. I say that with every map, you know, it's not going to suit everyone, and I think the smaller fields, the hilly terrain might not be everyone's cup of tea, but then the flip side, that being, despite the fact it's mountainous, hilly terrain, it's pretty open. There's lots of space for bigger machinery, so it's a kind of almost like a catch-all type thing. I know with big machinery people like to have massive fields and wide open spaces, but there's plenty of scope. But you look here to the right, that's just a grass field. You can make it into a big field if you want to. You clear a load of the forestry out, make yourself some bigger fields. The choice is yours. So through the forest, around to the sawmill. And that would have taken us around all the main sell points. There are going to be some other features of the map. There might be buildings and things that I've missed. You know, odd little things. I haven't missed any of the sell points. I think I've covered all the features. I'm looking down my list. Pretty sure I have. Oh, sorry. Back up. Wood chip sell point is round there. Just over there. And your lumber sell point is round here at the front. At the sawmill. Overlooking the lake. Very picturesque. And that's it. That's the map. If we go back to the map screen, you'll see from the selling station we came down, followed this track all the way up, round to the sawmill. We're at the bottom end of the lake just here, which goes all the way up there. And then from here, it's back to the store and back to the main farm. That's the map kind of completed. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.